Welcome to Beneath the Five Kings, episode 30, with crits and cantrips. We are playing the Paizo's Sky King's Tomb adventure path. We are in Book 1 currently. First book.
Out of
The
18,
Sky King's Tomb
right?
adventure path.
1 out of 18?
What? No, 1 out of 18. We're going to be here for the next 12 years. So no, I'm here with Austin and Justin and Josh and Lorna and Dylan and Sarah. My name's Brendan. We are Crits and Cantrips.
Hi,
We're gonna
Brendan.
play a little Pathfinder 2nd Edition today.
It's usually impolite etiquette to talk before you're announced. You know, that's like a law.
Yeah. So now we have to start over.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody just stare to the camera and wait. We got 30 seconds of Blake.
Everyone, all two of us.
I've been staring into the camera the whole time.
All right. How's everybody doing this week?
So far, so good.
Too bad.
It's been not terrible weather. Cool nights make for nice days. Oh, camera turning on. It got a little warm today, but it wasn't bad. Especially considering I work inside, so I'd have no room to complain about anything. But
Yep. My air-conditioned room was kept at the same temperature all day long.
this room was
No noticeable
absolutely not.
differences.
Absolutely starts the day at around 75 and gets up to about 81 in the office throughout the day.
Wow.
These are gonna be the weird stories we tell like grandchildren about like how the world was. You just keep it at a
Just
number
show
and
this
it'll
YouTube
stay there.
video. Hey, grandchildren.
We used to have air conditioning,
We made it.
and the ocean was not at my front door.
Fish
I hope
still
you describe to
survive.
them that you read the ingredients on a shampoo bottle rather than your phone when you're like on the toilet.
Yeah.
Dial-up internet.
Constipation is a brand new thing in today's day and age.
Well, what you do during constipation is ever evolving, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's just big cheese. They've just taken over the market. What are you to do?
Sure, yep.
Is that our banter topic?
Yeah, what's your favorite kind of cheese?
Oh God.
That's easy.
No, I think Josh had a banter topic that he wanted to discuss very badly. He was
see-
very
I-
excited
I
about
can
it.
see it in his eyes.
I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in his smile.
I can't see it in his smile. I can kind of see it in his frown, though. Or his resting face?
Always frowning, yeah.
Always resting face.
Resting sad face.
Resting Stegman face.
Ooh. Last name docs. Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And their address is...
Somebody, take that out, please. Edit that. Or I would like.
I will
Editor.
absolutely not be doing that. Way too much effort. It's live.
Oh my goodness. Siri will not stop screaming. 1 second.
All good. Siri is a cat.
Screaming.
Cyril
surgery
Stegman.
Let's take it.
Well, good for you, dear. I'm glad that your surgery went well.
You did it.
Did it.
Yeah.
cat
We went
ate
over
some, like-
and through the woods. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yay! The cat's back.
It ate like a foot long
Welcome back.
singular piece of like plastic that I think is like, you know, the type that you have to like rip off with your teeth, like cover stuff like that, like.
The like
I
the
don't think I've ever
staticky,
ripped plastic with my teeth.
Well, okay.
the
Some
staticky
have.
stuff that like sticks to like flat surfaces or whatever.
It's like kind of hard,
Oh, okay.
but
never mind.
also like kind of soft.
Sure,
anyways.
like a medium
Are you
hardness.
talking like the stuff that like sometimes you can get a package of something that's like entirely in
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The cat ate a foot of that basically. So
Nice.
That's too much.
I know. Also, I'm just like I
Vets
understand
would
like
agree. It's
Not advised.
crinklies might be fun, but eating that for a foot, it's not fruit by the foot. Like it can't be that fun.
Yeah, foot, and especially for a cat. Cats don't get much longer, you know. Gross.
And those fruit by the foot commercials aren't streaming anymore. Like you can't see those anywhere.
That's
So I have
true.
no idea
I
where she
know.
would have gotten that idea.
Did you ever see those like races that people would like compete to see how they could like eat them the fastest?
Fruit by the foot,
No.
specifically?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Or
was
like
it sponsored?
Like commercials
It
and
was-
stuff.
it was
I
a
feel
sport,
like they were always
and
like
I'm
eating it way
terrible
too
at it.
fast.
Hmm.
It's never something I attempted. I don't like.
I'm
that
coming
kind of
back to
speed.
the banter topic of what you want Olympic sports to be. I would be terrible at fruit by the foot eating. That was the one.
We don't have a.
Go ahead, Brendan. Yeah, do that one more time. Let me get a stream marker for that.
That's
Make it a
old
short.
one. No, I'm
It's gonna be a 1.5 second long short. It's just gonna be Brendan eating fruit by the
Okay. So new banter topic is, what is your favorite candy? Austin has to go first because that look on his face.
Well,
Reese's.
yeah, it's Reese's Pieces, like the Reese's peanut butter
serious
cups.
about this being the banter topic?
What was that?
Are we serious about this being the banter topic?
You said you didn't have one.
okay.
After
Are
you
you
said you had one.
serious with
We can
the
only wait so
tone,
long.
Josh?
Josh goes, that's lame.
Josh
It's
is
only
like,
what
"Get on
you
the
make
camera.
it."
They need to hear how unenthused I am about this topic.
Yeah, let's do it. Sarah, what's your favorite kind of candy?
There's too many.
That's Sarah's answer to everything. She likes too many things because she's just a good.
That's not a bad thing.
No, exactly. That's also her answer.
just
to the,
makes
like,
it hard
what's
to
your
answer.
favorite color, and she goes, I can't answer. It's too many.
Colors are just wonderful. Probably black or white.
She says today it's forest green.
Hey, no, you can't have that one. That one's mine.
That's
No,
true.
give me that bag.
You can have it back. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. I was getting worried.
We'll take
I'd
Bert
have to
Sienna.
say chocolate or sour candy, probably. In
Chocolate
general.
in what form? Like a Hershey's bar or like
Sour
M&Ms?
chocolate?
Or is like does it matter? Just like a broad chocolate.
I'm kind of a chocolate hoe,
Sure.
but
Is that Brendan?
I did not know that.
Write that down. Write that down.
And that's
1,000
how-
grand, 1,000 grand, 100 grand, 1,000 grand,
100 grand.
100 grand. Those
Yep.
are good.
100
Chocolate
grand's
caramel's
good.
good.
You could make 100 grand.
Mhm.
What you got, Brendan?
Really, we're really riveting our audiences here.
Hot
Brendan's
tamales,
a
right?
Reese's.
Yeah, it's Reese's.
It is, but it's like a you can't do it.
Candy. Yeah, my favorite candy when I'm about to die is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Fuck yeah.
No, but it would have to be either Sour Patch Kids or Hot Tamales.
Hot tamales.
Okay.
That's it. Hot tamales I think of as a dad candy.
My dad loves
Oh,
hot tamales.
exactly. Britain's
But he only
dad
ever gets it
loves
at the movie theater. Like it's a movie
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
theater.
a movie
candy.
theater candy.
Yeah.
Yep. hot
Sarah,
tamales.
you know how sometimes at the vet's office they'll have like a jar that's like every dog should get a chance to like.
No, literally, I was just about to say that. I said that.
That is Brendan with a Reese's cup.
Yes, I was like, if we could, not that we would, but if it's Britain's time and we could euthanize him, I'd say here's a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Okay, never mind. This is a great banter topic.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about
Every
what you
Brendan
make it.
Get their last Reese's cup.
I wonder how
You
many
know,
Benadryl you have to eat
I
and how
would
long
think
you
that
can
the
do it
answer
before you
topic-
can have a Reese's cup. You know, like even one of the small ones. Like the
Oh,
kind
no,
you get on like
no,
Halloween.
no.
Before, Brendan is allergic to peanuts.
And amongst
Oh.
others.
I thought he just didn't
Then-
like it.
Amongst other things.
I'm overruling. The new banter topic is: if you were on death row, what would your last meal be?
Wow. What if some people want to talk about their favorite candy?
I mean, go for it.
Nope,
but also
too
say
late.
my
It's been overruled. You're not allowed to talk about it. Justin and Dylan. And Lorna. And Josh.
I'm gonna for my favorite candy. I'm gonna go with that one, just because
death row.
the last meal would be too hard.
Mm.
I'd have to think
That's
on that
fair,
one for
yeah.
a while. Candy. I'm gonna just go with a general chocolate. If I have to like
'Cause you're
my
a chocolate
go-to.
hoe.
Kinda, yeah. Like my go-to is just a plain old Hershey's bar, like
Sure.
just the regular milk chocolate, not
You
no
boys-
almonds or anything.
I feel like Brendan would
So-
say something similar, and I feel like I love chocolate, but not like just chocolate. I want it with something. But
I
Brendan
think-
would also probably say a Hershey's bar too.
The fuck
I
is
think
that?
some of it is the nostalgia of it, just because it's like just the regular Hershey's bar is just like it's hard for me to really beat it, and I do think
That's
some of
fair.
it is the nostalgia.
Can't beat it.
Did anyone else get king size candy bars on Christmas when you were
Nope.
little?
No, but I got
Christmas, like
the
on
ones
Easter.
that are in the shape of a tube, in the shape of a candy cane. That would be like
Oh.
old M&Ms or whatever.
Four
Yeah.
Reese's is what I got.
And Reese's,
Mhm.
yeah.
I would get lemons with peppermint sticks. And then we would
that's
suck
nice.
the lemon through the peppermint.
I got oranges.
You drink it like lemonade.
Yeah,
I've seen
like
that.
pepperminty lemonade.
I've never heard that
Pretty good.
before. Cool.
Peppermint tea lemonade sounds dope.
Oh, we got more
Josh
candy
is
on
going
Easter.
to the bathroom, but it's okay because I can answer the question for him very, very easily.
Okay.
Josh's
Josh
favorite
loves
candy.
chocolate, but chocolate doesn't love him.
Josh's favorite candy though is a Reese's cup.
Fuck yeah.
Man
Man of good taste.
So, and then I don't know what his last meal would be though. My favorite candy is specifically there is you know those jumbo Reese's, like the mega Reese's cups you can get. They're still
Absolutely.
they're still gas station candy. Like
Very
You
they're
don't
not
like the cake ones? Like the holiday ones?
There's
What?
like you buy
No,
like 3. It's like one thing you get like 3 of them or whatever. Reese's
No,
Cups.
like it's the ones that like they're the mega cups. Like it's a pack, a 2
Oh.
pack, 2 cups, but they're the extra
they're like
thick ones.
you don't eat them all at once. It's like a
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like it's not like a huge like gimmicky one. Like you can still buy them at the
Yeah,
like
yeah.
7-Eleven or whatever. But they have ones that's the mega cups with Reese's Pieces in
Oh,
mixed in with
those.
peanut
Oh,
butter
that's
and
the
I've
the
never
most
tried that. That
American
sounds
thing
like
I've
just
ever heard of.
popcorn.
I love it.
It's like because it's like the crispy texture of like the candy shell mixed in with like a Reese's cup, which is already really good.
Yeah, that's
so
fire.
that's my favorite candy.
That's a good. That's
They're
And-
called Reese's Big Cup with Pieces.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going to say
exactly.
something controversial.
oh.
I don't think the Reese's Pieces are good because the peanut butter inside them tastes different than normal Reese's peanut butter cup peanut butter.
That's fair.
It
I
does
will
taste
agree that it
different,
tastes
but they
different,
still
but I
love
think it's still good. I actually prefer
think
Reese's
it's
Pieces over
good, yeah.
M&M's.
I just don't know what they do to
Peanut
it in the
M&Ms. That's a close battle.
Yeah. My last meal is also an easy one. It would be
a peanut butter sandwich. Oh.
grilled cheese and tomato soup. What did you
Oh.
think it would be, Sarah?
I thought we
No,
were
I
going
thought this
bougie.
was like simple, like a peanut butter sandwich.
I mean, I peanut butter sandwich is like one of the things I eat the most. Probably the food I eat the most in my life is peanut, other than coffee, is probably a peanut butter sandwich. So
Interesting. Yeah, I'd have to go bougie with the last meal. Like, it'd have to be like full-size steak, lobster, shrimp, mashed potatoes, like a good beer. Like a... It doesn't
A
go
Guinness?
well with it. Yeah, the Guinness would be really good with that. It doesn't go with the meal at all. But I really like
I'm
Parrot
picturing
Nancy's.
what you had at the Black Forge Inn.
but
Yeah.
yes, that's also what I'm picturing.
It's that type,
or
but it's like
my
3
first
times as
thought-
much food, you know? Like, it's
My
3
first
different
thought was he would pick Five Guys.
I'm really not a huge Five Guys guy. I mean, I would go there. And when it's the
Only
only
when-
American option, yeah, absolutely. I went there with Oliver, too. He was like, fuck, yeah, let's do it. It was great. It's an experience. I
Josh is
digress.
coming back. Reese's cup for candy, right?
Strawberry Twizzlers.
What?
Wow! I thought you liked him and knew him.
Are you serious right now?
It don't hurt me.
Josh, I've never seen you eat a strawberry Twizzler.
He
They're
savors it.
his road trip candy. If we have a long drive, he gets strawberry Twizzlers. But otherwise, we never buy them. So I think
Yeah, it's just a solid association.
there's certain foods that I know, like Josh only
like road
like
trips.
it's only road trips, which is like Sunkist soda
Mm.
and strawberry Twizzlers are his road trip foods.
And
When
milkshakes
Josh on the road, he
from
wants bread number 40.
McDonald's.
Bye.
Yeah, red number 40 and drinkable and edible forms.
This keeps you awake and alert.
It really
Uh,
helps with his
Digestion.
focus.
Oh, yeah, that too.
My last meal would be salmon and mashed potatoes.
With the woman that he's met after I've died.
But it's your salmon mashed potatoes,
That
right,
was-
Josh?
It would be approximately 3 years after Lorna's last meal.
Jesus Christ, are you killing yourself? Or is this just
Josh,
ironic?
one time,
Is that just how the case went?
I asked Josh one day, I said, Josh, what's your
Whoa, whoa,
marry me
no.
meal?
Can I tell the story?
Sure.
Lorna was
I'll go
having
full screen on it.
Oh, don't make me mad, guy.
a manic day
Batgirl.
that, and had asked me a whole bunch of hypothetical questions that day.
Like
Like
stupid worm shit,
worms
or
and-
like.
Like worm,
Okay,
those
so dumb.
sorts of things.
Just wanted to get a
Finally,
baseline for the
she's
questions.
do you think
No,
that
no,
if
no, I said, what's your marry me
what's
meal?
marry me?
That's what I asked. I said, like some people have like the meal you would make for somebody to like, that's like your signature good meal.
Okay. She had previously asked, like, if I died, would you ever remarry and things like that, and in this slew of hypothetical questions. And then she finally asked, what's your marry me meal? And I was like, it's salmon and mashed potatoes. Can't make that for you. But if you died 3 years later, I would look to start dating again, and I would make salmon and mashed potatoes for a different girl.
Nobody asked you for that level of detail.
That was a 2-for-1. You just offered that up.
I do appreciate sometimes Josh really does just go on in with the details. He does
He
not
just,
hold back.
it's great. Did that result in any sort of a fight, or did you just move on?
Well, we've been talking about it for probably over a year now, so you tell me.
Oh, I love it.
We
Still
both
talking
turned
about
to our right and pictured Austin going. They're gonna
Amber
talk
Amber?
about
Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. That's good stuff. Good banter.
Good stuff. And now, 2 weeks from now, we can talk about our marry me meals, so you can marinate on that. You know,
Marinate.
what would you do
food
to
fun.
convince somebody to marry you?
Oh, so not marry me
Or
meals.
one.
Chloroform.
Maybe with food.
Never mind. I'm gonna get into chloroform.
Can't do the salmon.
Can't do the same.
So got the chloroform.
Yeah,
All right.
chlorophyll more like she's a vegetarian.
Vegetarian joke. That was good. I
All
caught
right,
it.
Brendan, I'm ready to play.
We're
Sounds
in there.
good.
Swimwear. Let's get back to this
First.
fucking library. I'm trying
First,
to research some
Brendan.
shit.
Did not answer.
What?
Yeah, I did hot tamales.
Oh, okay. But I want to hear your death row meal too.
Oh, I would starve myself.
Cheerios.
I'd rebel against them.
Cheerios.
Yeah. Cheerios.
Like, you
with honey
can't
on
feed
top.
me. I feed me. Cheers would be good though.
Probably just a handful of peanuts.
Or a cake with a
I
gun in it.
Reese's cup.
I'll do.
That's
Yeah.
last meal.
I'll do Cheerios, and then I'll make them sit there and watch me eat every single one of them
Yeah,
individually.
Reese's Puffs, the best
Oh.
cereal.
Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Wow.
They look
Mark
like
All right.
rabbits.
So if you remember correctly,
Going back to the map.
sometime in the last 6 months, we were playing this game,
Sure.
Sure.
and we were in a library.
Mhm.
A library.
After the Talor dinner, you guys agreed to meet in Stone Hall at the library to try and do some more research on how we could restore basically the honor back to High King Targic's dagger. So a couple sessions ago, we came here and you guys started doing some research. Last session, you had a combat with spirits that had animated some of the statues in Stone Hall here.
It was spirits that animated the statues.
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, they're like old
I
dead.
think we already knew
boom.
that, but
Yeah, no, it's
Bottles
like
of vodka everywhere.
there's like latent magical energy in this hall that's kind of connected to the ancestors and it animated these statues. And they kind of were talking to you guys during the combat too a little bit, like basically telling you not to spread lies about Targic's legacy. And through that, you guys got a little bit more information. You're just kind of starting to piece together like the quest for Sky, as it was called, which is like the dwarves' journey from the Dark Lands all the way up to the mountains that they inhabit now. And it seems like King Targic led the way. He was a very, prominent, influential dwarf. He had several advisors helping him. And occasionally they had to make some tough decisions. So they may or may not have done some things that they tend to regret now. But you guys still feel like you haven't pieced together the whole story here. And you're still working on getting all of the parts of the ritual figured out. There's a little bit more research that needs to be done in the library before you guys can call it good. So we can kind of do a reminder on how that works.
Let's do it. I love a good reminder, especially when I don't remember.
Yeah, so this is like it's sort of like a research mini game that we're doing here, but you can basically go to these different rooms and try to use different checks maybe to like learn some more information about what's going on. So basically, there is like the statue hall that has all of the ancestors, like statues, like and like friezes that kind of depict dwarven legends and deeds, like carved all the way all the way from floor to ceiling. Um, so interpretation in this room kind of requires an attention to detail, maybe an artistic mind, maybe a crafting mind. Like it's kind of one of those things where you have to like understand the medium that the dwarves are working in. There's also the reading room, which I believe is like this nook kind of over here. And you can have assistants deliver documents to you for review. The oldest records tend to express dates, distances, and genealogical relationships through religious references. They are a little hesitant to receive restricted or sensitive documents, but you guys have been studying here for a while, and some of you are actually, kind of from what's the name? Highhelm. So you're probably more likely to be able to get access to those documents. So that's where you'd use your lore skills, your society skill, your diplomacy skill to try and get some more information. And then oh no, I mixed up two of those things. There are in the hallways leading into this room. There are friezes and mosaics that recount the dwarven legends and deeds. So that's where you'd want to look if you're looking at using like crafting, or if you want to like climb up there with acrobatics or athletics. You'd go through the hallways and kind of look at all these murals, basically. And then in the statue hall, that's kind of like where Karu like kind of woke up these spirits a little bit. It's like the weight of history is so strong here that you can feel the latent magic in the air. So you can listen to whispers in the stone. You can use your own methods of divination, or look at discrepancies between like how the legends are inscribed and like the statues that are built there. To kind of uncover cryptic clues. So that's where you'd use your like occultism or arcana or perception to kind of look for those minute details.
I think Elnat
Is that
would.
the three? Or is there another one?
That's the three areas.
Okay, just making sure.
I think Elnat is going to be more focused towards the crafting.
Okay.
To get
The
information.
hallways. Walker's gonna go back to the reading room. Have people bring him stuff and look through, try to find histories, maybe other times where similar things have happened with the dagger, to try to see how people have dealt with something like this before, potentially.
Okay. Do we want to just go in the order that we already have initiative in, kind of?
Sure.
I guess point of order, is anybody still hurt after the combat? Did you guys take time to like heal?
I healed a little bit, but I'm still very much hurt.
Well, I can heal. I'm full, but I mean, I can heal like 10. Let's see, what is it? I forget what it is now. Like per every 10 minutes for free, basically.
I'm just at 12.
Yeah, I think it's 3 times my level. Where is it? Drink from chalice.
And
Train is 3 points for every level you have. So yeah, I can give 12 points every 10 minutes for free with my chalice. So I can basically like, if we just want to set the chalice, I think we've done it before. Just kind of set the chalice down in the middle of the hall. People are just like, drink while you work, you know.
Does it work if it's not with you?
Well, it doesn't say it has to be with me. Actually, I guess it does say you are holding the chalice implement as a requirement. So people can come to me and I can pour it into their mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
It's the same difference, but I mean, it doesn't like. in this situation, I don't think it matters, but I mean, yes, I guess mechanically, I have to be the one to pour it in your mouth.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't think you can just like have it like you just give it to people and like have them like carry it around with them. You know,
That's
like just in
fair,
case you
yeah.
need healing.
That's
I think it's
communion rules. You don't get
it's
to
linked to
walk
you.
off with the wine.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if anybody need every 10 minutes, people can come to my station and drink out of that. If I mean, whatever.
All right. Well, if we assume that this research takes an hour, 60 points, is that enough to get everybody back up to full?
I would need almost 40 of that. I would need 35 of that. So
So that's 3 hours. So that's 12. So
30 minutes, you mean?
yes, no, yeah, 30 minutes. What did I say? 12 hours?
for 3 hours.
Okay.
Just keep
Yeah,
multiplying
you're trying to brain blast, trying to think.
Yeah.
it. 7 days later, we'll all be
Yeah,
healed fully.
Everyone is fully healed for sure in 7 days. Does anybody else need healing? I guess that's the main question here.
No.
I'm good.
I think I'm
Okay.
also good.
Cool. All right.
Rohan's down 16, so he'll take
That'll
a couple of
that'll
sweets,
work
too.
then. That's 50 minutes. So yeah, just about an hour. Everyone's good.
Okay.
So yeah, we just want to keep initiative to do what we want to do.
That's fine. Well, Karun, you said you're going to go to the library or just go down
Go
to
to
the
the
reading room?
reading room. Yeah, looking ideally specifically for other examples of maybe where a similar situation has happened, or people calling it out in particular.
Okay.
Using my being a rune binder, being in this rune binder library, and then obviously being a dwarf too, to try to get them to give me the stuff that they wouldn't normally give. I'm just going to do esoteric lore. I think that probably makes sense. I take it at a -2 since I'm not looking for a creature. And so the only thing that would be better or the same would be survival or diplomacy, and I don't think either of those probably apply here. So do you roll it? Yes, we're echoing slightly from Sarah, I think.
Do you have your headphones in?
No, my phone.
Why are you on your phone?
Because I can't find my headphones. I'm on my laptop.
Why are you on your laptop?
Because I can't get Discord to work on that computer. Well, you guys
can't get it to
hear me?
work.
All good. We'll figure it out after.
Hi, friends. This is our lives.
Do I roll it or do you roll it, Brendan?
I had everything already pulled up. I'll roll it, I guess. I don't
It's
know.
at I don't know if it's supposed to be a
What-
secret check. Like, it's a +9 if you're rolling it.
What are...
I'm doing esoteric lore, which I assume
I
is
know,
okay.
but I don't... Go ahead and roll it. I don't care.
Okay. That is a 10 for a total of 19.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, you're pulling together some papers, getting some information. Let's see here. Make a new column for today. All right. So you're kind of waiting on people to bring those papers back to you and kind of like looking things up. What about Angoric? What's he doing to try and contribute here?
Angoric
Yeah.
is going to attempt to use his lore heraldry to identify who some of these statues are in the Hall of Statues, based off of what he knows of like passed down genetic features of different families.
Okay.
Ears on that one. That's a rune binder. Like that.
Yeah.
Sure. Let it rip.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
They're all orcs.
Okay. So that statue activates and grabs. All right. I'm
Ruh-roh.
gonna say that you did not come up with any good information with your research. I think Angoric kind of got he went down a rabbit hole a little bit. What about Elnat? What are you thinking?
Elnat's gonna be checking on some, doing some of the crafting checks to see what he can learn on those.
Okay.
Is that something that you are gonna roll, or you want us to
Oh,
roll?
you can roll it.
Okay. 18 total.
Okay. All right, so on that, so you go to the hallway and you're kind of looking at these mosaics and trying to get some information that way. What about Karu?
Karu's still going to be in the statue room, sifting through those minute details.
Okay, so another occult check.
Yeah,
Occultism
but he's
check?
going to be doing it with Ophelia here.
Oh,
Ugly woman.
Gonna try and get some
Truly
help
hideous.
from-
Truly hideous.
Yeah,
That's
from
right.
this disfigured elf-like dwarf.
So you're
Disgusting,
gonna try
right?
to wake up the statues again?
Her skin is so pale and her body is so rail thin,
Hairless face.
unfit to bear children.
Surely no motherly hips there.
That's right. All right. Go ahead.
where's he going on?
Is it not a secret check? Just roll it.
It's a regular roll. We're just gonna.
Okay. That'll be a 28 then.
Woo! All right, a 28 occultism. That's a critical success. That's pretty
delightful.
good.
Ooh, that means that at least the 18 and 19 are real successes too. I mean, maybe not. Maybe each room has a
Yeah, the
different
checks are
roll.
all different,
Okay.
based on what you choose and what room you go to and stuff
That's
like
If you're
that.
hanging out with the librarian or not.
Yeah,
That's the only reason
it
you
does
got
have
critical.
something to do with it. All right, what is Huang thinking?
Wong.
You're currently still muted. If you are talking. But you also might be looking for the mute button. It could go either way.
I am looking for the mute button. I kind of.
I have a question while you're thinking.
Yes.
Are you still in your fox form? Or are you back to previous Wong?
Previously on Wong.
I don't think there's any time limit on it.
No, I was just
switched back.
curious. I was just making sure. I was just thematically curious if you were still foxing it up.
I think I'm still foxing it up, but yes,
Cool.
I can always check back
No,
at the.
all good. It's cool.
I think I go over by Walkroon.
Walkroon, I got you.
And you searched this room already, or you have not?
Yeah, I mean, we're just like you could if you're in this area, you're like rolling lore checks more or less, like looking through like genealogies and like maps and
I don't know if herbalism would apply to your role for.
Probably not.
What was the other
That
one you
doesn't-
said? I feel like there was one other not lore one that you did over in here.
Diplomacy or society. Because you're also relying on like the assistants that are helping you.
Yeah, neither of those work good for me.
Are either of them trained? I mean, you can still roll something. Like, not everyone's going to
Yeah.
be good at all the research stuff, but it doesn't hurt to look around and see what you find.
I mean, I get +1 diplomacy, I guess, so
Sure.
can roll.
Sweet talk a librarian and see what they bring you.
I mean, 17, so 18.
That's that's right there with everyone
Not
else.
too bad.
So
Okay, let's see. So Huang is trying to help out in the reading room a little bit.
what does Bao do? Just eating books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhea is chasing Bao around, like keeping him away from all of the priceless heirlooms.
Nice.
You just look for bookworms.
That's right.
Exactly.
What about Orpheus? What's Orpheus thinking?
You pulled up the document and what was the last thing I asked for? I found out information. I can't remember how I asked for what information. I think I did a stealth or maybe like I want to say what was it?
Could have done an acrobatics.
I think I did some sort of check to try to like using my sort of rogue skills to try to like find a useful
I think
book.
yeah, like acrobatics was like something you could do like in the hallways to like try to get up high and like look through some of the stuff and like climb up, right, Brendan?
Yep. Yep, that is an option.
I will do that.
You can go down with Elnat and point out things. You're jumping on the walls, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Much more Tom Holland of you than
Timothy Chalamet.
yep, Chalamet. Knew what I was going for.
I was like, then Tobey Maguire? What are you talking about?
It's acrobatics.
Orfmeister looks like.
Okay, I rolled a unnatural 20.
Okay.
Nice.
20 total. All right.
Oh yeah.
So everybody's kind of getting points this round,
What is Crowhawk
except for
doing?
Angoric. We'll go ahead and ask. We'll go ahead. And...
It's okay. Angoric just sucks. He's lived
Crohan is kind of just assisting. He is giving people a +2 if they get really, really close.
I want Crowhawk to have his the dagger pieces out, like maybe on the table
Yeah.
or whatever, so we can like be looking at it too. Can we hear, or is there any like way to communicate with the puppet thing that's inside of the crystal, or do we hear anything from? I feel like we did originally, but no. Do we like see it in there? Can you, like, shake
Yeah,
it
I mean, I
around
think
like
it's present in there right now, but I don't think you can communicate with it.
So theoretically, we could just lie and say that we got it out. If it can't talk to us either.
I mean, maybe if you think that's how it works.
Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
If we
I
fail
don't
whatever's
want the
coming,
low-
we don't have to tell anyone that we failed.
I'm not going for
Okay.
the low honor ending.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
honestly.
But it's better than I don't know. Maybe it's not better
Yeah.
than the failed.
Only one of you comes back from the suicide mission.
As long as someone comes back, I guess.
That's
All right. So yeah, so you guys piece together some more information about some of these. Now you're kind of getting into potentially some of the bad things that happened on this quest for Sky. Some of the misdeeds committed by maybe Targic or his advisors, and some of the dwarves that they led. There was a high priest called Fergaz. I think you've met his spirit before, or her spirit. One of the
Yeah.
two.
We
But
helped clear out that one place.
yeah,
Okay.
and some of the rhetoric became kind of like overly zealous and a little bit xenophobic. So it was like dwarves are better to the exclusion of all other races. Like, well, during this, and they were like, well, it was a different time, you know. They were fighting for their survival. But it really pushed out a lot of dwarves that were trying to, you know, be more moderate. You know, a lot of dwarves that wanted to succeed but didn't want to succeed at any cost. You know, really got quashed down during that time. And then there was a general by the name of Roldaman, and she believed that this was a declaration by Torag, like the god of the dwarves, like that they needed to get the quest for Sky was a divine mandate. So her soldiers killed orcs, Zolgaths, and other Darklands inhabitants to the point of potentially committing war crimes. Like they were violently, like very scorched earth, like destroying these, like, you know, like they would attack food sources and civilians and drive them away, you know, out of sheltered places, and they would use dirty tactics to try and defeat these Darklands inhabitants. And King Targic stopped what he could. You might argue in some cases that maybe he wasn't aware of, or he turned a blind eye to some of these atrocities, but like he stopped what he could. But he knew that there was a potential without the kind of these hard lines by some of his advisors that the quest for Sky would not have been successful. Like they would not have made it as far as they did without taking these. So so this is kind of some information that you guys are pulling up, and it kind of all points to like maybe, you know, the dwarves that the histories today tell us that High King Targic was, you know, unimpeachable. He was, you know, the most honorable dwarf to have ever lived. But now you know that maybe his history was a little darker than you thought to start with. And it kind of, and like you guys are piecing this together, and Rhea is kind of like, trying to like insert her opinion every once in a while on like what the ritual might potentially mean. And she's like, if Targic's dagger has this dark history behind it, then maybe we can appeal to the spirits that it wronged and try to redeem it, and maybe that will help us. Like, it's like sometimes it's not so much about how do we free this spirit, or how do we put things back in balance so that they go back to where they naturally would be.
So we have to
So
kill
she's
an
like,
orc and then forgive ourselves for it.
No, probably not.
Sorry, Corey.
So she's like, I think if you wanted to now, we could attempt the ritual in its current state, or you could continue researching if you're not confident about the conclusion that we've come to.
I think we should go for it.
Thanks, DM.
I'm feeling fairly confident now, but I think it wouldn't hurt to maybe spend the rest of the evening here. Come back in the morning with a fresh head. Make sure that we all agree upon what the ritual might be, and then we can attempt it tomorrow. Krohan, what do you think? This is we're kind of doing this all for you, So if you want to do it now, as the GM's voice, we could certainly do it now. But happy to take the rest of the night, maybe research just a little bit more. I really like role playing in this library, and then we can do the ritual tomorrow.
Did you just say I really like role playing this library?
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 Yeah. So I mean, I think. So you're saying that you want to keep researching?
I think at least one
Sounds
more
like-
round to be safe, sleep on it, and then come back the next morning and do it.
It's no fun.
He just wants to
Chaotic
be near his
control.
cousin. He's got a thing.
I will say, I think this is like the first thing that you guys did in the morning, and I think each of these rounds is only supposed to be like an hour or two long. I think,
Okay.
well, maybe
Okay,
2 hours
Well,
long.
then maybe not the rest of the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
while Kroon fights a single
I
stone.
don't mind
spirit.
saying that we do it the rest of the day. I don't think it's going to extend our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We can say
yeah,
that
so
we hang out here the rest of the day and really make sure that we're good. I feel like the chance of failing is like not good. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we fail, it could be very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Break the dagger, and then I don't think it would be very good. So
Then we lie to everybody. You've already said we
that's
just.
true. No. That's fine. Whatever. I'm not God here. We can do whatever.
And we can
But
always
I'm
fall
right
back
next to
onto
Krohan,
lie.
and I'm telling him I think that's what we should do. I don't know where everybody else is,
it's important that we restore the dagger's honor as quickly as possible.
Is that
But
right?
I
Is
would
there
think-
some sort of time limit on it?
Well, I've been waiting the last 2 years.
Aye,
For
so
the
one more
last
day.
10
This
years,
is like the
something
last
that.
day.
It's like,
All right, if you want to do it. If you'd have suggested
if you don't know, I mean, if your research is incomplete, I
Oh,
don't
no,
wanna,
it's
like,
fine.
jump
Yeah,
ahead
all
there.
the research is complete. Yeah. Dwarves, good guys. Orcs, bad
I'd
guys.
say we
That's
put it
what
to
I
a vote,
Aye,
because there's
who
like
wants a
6
vote?
of you and only 1 of me, so.
Aye, there's a raptor and a pangolin and that horribly
They don't
ugly
get a
cousin
vote.
of mine.
How about the people here who are thinking about what the fixing this curse can vote?
Aye, well, that includes you and Ria then. And the ugly
That's fine,
librarian.
but you should vote.
I'm cool.
All right.
But what?
I'm cool with doing it today.
Aye, I'd
Or
do
like
it
right
today.
now.
I think. All right. There's the option: research more and then do it, or do it.
I think
Regardless
we
of how long it
research
takes.
more than do it. I don't think we're, as the DM said, I don't think we're in that big of a rush right now. So
Yeah, I think we
we-
just take one more round.
Yeah, at least.
Round meaning, however, one more search for information. Personally, so that's what me and Angoric are on the same side, and Elnat's on the do it now, and Orpheus is on the do it now. So we got Huang and Karu left to
Karu?
vote.
Yeah. The voices in my head are currently old dwarven men, and they're all screaming, "Fuck you! Get out! You're wrong!" A bunch of
Classic.
slurs that I don't understand, but
But they're slurs. It's like the way
Yeah,
they say it. Yeah,
it's like, yeah, when you hear it, But Karu would also like to hunker down and try and figure this thing out,
Cool.
despite his mental barrage.
So a tie is what it's going to be.
Yeah, what do you think, Sarah? What would Huang say?
What would Huang do? What would WWHD?
I think Huang is Eminem, arms weak spaghetti.
Okay.
I think she'd like a little more preparation, a little
Fortitude.
more research.
Okay.
Hello.
Orpheus, you could try to steal the dagger and just go do it.
No, it's okay. I'm not like that chaotic. I just want to be. I'm visibly disappointed, so everybody should realize that I'm not.
I think Orpheus is pissed off.
I think she's visibly disappointed.
I think she's pissed off.
He.
All right, so
He is.
He's always had a little bit of a feminine side to him. That's my bad.
He is androgynous.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Still he. Got it.
he's a robot?
He's an android? Holy shit.
Yeah, with high cheekbones.
All right. Okay.
I mean, if you could make
So,
you might as well make it.
It's fine. It's fine. You guys, quick break. You eat some lunch.
Oh, I don't stop.
And everybody comes back to the library to keep researching. So we'll just go back to the top of the initiative order.
Okay.
Well, Kroon, what do you want to do?
I'm going to do diplomacy this time. I'm really trying to get the people who are helping bring me the stuff that you're really not supposed to bring me. Like that's
Bring me the ravioli.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Give me the ravioli. That's what I'm hoping for here, because I feel like with the papers I've got good info out of them, so I need new pieces, new documents.
All right.
I do not
DC
get any
30.
more. I rolled a 3 for a 13.
Bad.
I'm writing down while Kroon failed.
Sure. Quick and easy.
All right. So you try to convince them. You're just like, I don't know. Is there something you're not giving me? You know, the secrets to all of King Targic's greatest shames, and they're just like, I think it's your time in the library is done. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna cut you off here.
Right. He starts leaving.
All right, but it is Angoric's turn next.
Sleep.
Angoric is going to attempt to perceive the statues now. Instead of using his heraldry before perceiving, he's going to attempt to look at them first.
Gotcha.
Previously, he was doing it eyes closed.
Smart.
He's gonna realize that all these statues have detachable armor.
23.
Hey, there you
Oh,
go.
that's pretty good.
You see
All
all
right,
of them.
I like it.
They're made of rock.
Pretty good. Okay. What about our friend Elnat?
Let's see. Let's go with a society roll. Ooh, a natural 20 for a 26 total.
Okay, natural 20, automatic success, or automatic improves your success. Okay, so you're still kind of like in the you were like studying the craftsmanship on some of these mosaics and these images, and now you're like listening to the story and you're kind of remembering also like the stories that you've been told growing up.
Cross-reference.
And it's all kind of clicking. What about Karu?
Karu's just gonna continue on with the statues and the
Okay.
readings, trying to piece together what's going on here. Something's not right. And Ophelia is being a great help, mainly in just like keeping me occupied. You know, she's telling me stories about like Wakaroon when he was little, like kind of antics they'd get into.
Poor.
Yeah. Something about his clan dagger. I don't know. She was being real cagey about it, but
Good stuff.
ooh, that is a natural 20 though. So that's a 32.
Nice.
Jesus
All right.
Christ. The statues come alive and tell you exactly what to do.
Mhm.
Karu, my secret treasure is right behind you.
Dig.
No,
now.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. Very good result from Karu. You are making friends with some of these ancestor spirits, and they are spilling the beans. What about Huang? What are you thinking this time? Someone else inspired you?
Muted.
Muted.
She'll figure it out eventually.
Unmuted. I think you should go for diplomacy again. There is some secret documents out there. We can get them.
I think it would be lucky if I rolled well again, but I also don't think I have better options right now.
And you
So
tell me what you would want to do. Can I get a Huang?
I'll roll diplomacy again. That's fine.
Okay.
Be 16 this time.
You are 16.
All right. So Huang is trying to calm down these assistants after they had to get mad at Walkroon for requesting private secret documents.
Sounds about right.
Okay. What about Orpheus? What's Orpheus up to?
I'm pouting.
I want to research. I'm not going to do it.
I also think I will.
Very interesting.
I guess I'll do another acrobatics check to see if I can find anything else I think is useful.
How tall are these
Sounds good.
hallways, Brendan? Like, is she like really getting up there? He really getting up
Yeah.
there?
I imagine it's like, you know, it's probably not like huge, like vaulted ceilings, like 30 feet up, but it's at least like 12 feet tall or something. So you're like climbing up to like on top of stuff to see like the mosaics on the ceiling really closely.
24.
24.
Nice.
All right, that's good. Good result. All right. So you guys take a little bit of time. And that gives Rhea some time to like bring together all the things that you're talking about, and she's like, okay, what we're gonna attempt is called the rite of repatriation.
Of course.
If we get some rare incense offerings and donations to the spirits here, then we can basically spend 2 hours, burn this incense, perform this ritual, and hopefully the ritual will cleanse the dagger and restore it to its proper state. And then you guys have also had some time to kind of think about some of this information that you got about Targic, and maybe it makes you wonder, it's an interesting thing, and I don't know if we've talked about it a lot, but if there are things in each of your pasts that you think your characters will be trying to atone for. Something they did that's potentially wrong in their past. There's probably something there, but it may not be something that you've really thought about a lot, but it's just kind of giving you some time to be like, what would you do if you were in this situation where like the entire nation of dwarves was relying on you to lead them to safety, and there were so many things blocking your way that you didn't know how to deal with those.
Okay.
But this is the rite of repatriation is actually a ritual in game sense. Like it has to be performed by a number of casters. So you have to have a primary caster, and you have to be trained in occultism or trained in religion, and then the secondary checks can be either occultism or religion based on whatever the primary caster chooses. So it does have to match.
Oh, match.
Or you can try to do diplomacy, performance, society, or lore. So there's a few ways that you can help, and you can have up to 5 people total participating in this ritual.
But the primary is religion or occultism, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So are we going outside to do this? It feels like we should probably go outside to do it. I don't know what the failure is. Can we learn a little bit about that? Is there like an explosion if something goes wrong? It feels like the type of thing you'd want to do outside.
Yeah, so basically, you're going to call upon and apologize to local spirits as you ritually return an important object to its creators, heirs, or its resting place. If the spirits choose to accept, they will repair some or in all of the damage that the object might have sustained since it was last in their possession. And you can make it easier by learning something about the item's significance and its rightful owner's history.
Which we know a lot about.
So you guys have done some study for it and stuff. But yeah, you don't necessarily know. Do you assume that with any ritual where you're calling out to spirits like this, there's the potential that they could, like if you fail or anger the spirits in some way, that they could retaliate, kind of in the same way that you saw with the statues already.
Mm-hmm.
Would we, or I could roll a check for this, see any value in going back to that same resting place that we helped kind of solve the problem for before? Because we kind of know those spirits, like that other Clan Talor place that we went to already, where we had to put the spirits to rest. Remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, like the yeah, I mean potentially. You want to go back to
Well, I'm just thinking, like, if we don't want these spirits to retaliate, and we already know that we've kind of we've worked with those spirits, we've cleaned back up their place. Maybe there's a chance that if any of those spirits are involved, which it sounds like they are, like we spoke with someone there that we found more research on, that maybe there would be some sort of a benefit to going back to that location to perform this ritual.
potentially. I mean, it's up to you guys. I'll let you kind of run the ship from here. Like, what do you want to do now that you have this information?
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm pretty well trained in occultism. I'm better trained in religion, so I could,
Yeah, we should.
even if I don't necessarily do the ritual, I can at least help, I would assume.
Who's got the? Who thinks they have the highest occultism or religion? I guess.
I've. Go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely have the highest occultism. I'm an expert.
Okay.
with
What do
the
you got?
plus
What's your
12.
plus 12? Does anyone have a higher
Okay.
than plus 12 religion?
I've only got an 8 religion.
I guess no. We have to do the same, right?
Yeah.
The
So,
primary
like,
and secondary have to be the same thing.
I've got a 6 occultism, so I could
I
at
do
least
too.
try to assist.
I've got a 7 religion though. What's your religion,
Yeah.
Josh?
9.
Does anybody else have a
Hmm.
higher than 6 religion besides Josh?
I've got a plus 8 religion.
So and
So we
plus
all have
9 plus
religion.
8 might be better than a plus 12 plus
What, 6?
6.
Well, so I'll tell you. I mean, it's basically like you're trying to get the highest number that you can get, right? And the people assisting in the ritual are just gonna have to hit a certain threshold to give you a plus 1 bonus, right?
Okay,
Right.
so what the
It's
primary
just
to
gonna
have
be-
the highest number no matter what. It's not like
It's just gonna be like
average.
aiding another type thing. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like we want Karu to run as primary, and then no one has a plus higher than 6 occultism besides Karu. Okay. So one of us that has plus 6 occultism, me or Justin, run secondary potentially, and then how many can we have? Is it 4?
You can have there's 1 primary caster and 4 secondary casters.
4 secondary.
Yeah, I feel like it adds up better if we do religion, because then that way we have more pluses. Because it's
Well,
only
we want
different.
like it's only the
four.
primary is trying to get the highest number they can, and then all the
Yeah.
others just like are like aiding essentially, right? Like if they
Yeah.
pass, they give the other person a higher number. So I think if we have the highest base, that's probably the best. But you
Yeah.
said, I'm sorry, and maybe I'm just misunderstanding. All 4 secondary casters have to do the same thing?
No.
Okay, I thought you said that like if
Mm.
the primary like they have to match. I thought you said if the primary
Mhm.
does.
If the primary caster is using occultism, then you can't use religion to aid him.
But you could
Does
use
that
the
make
other
sense?
ones to aid
You
him.
can use occultism to aid him, or you have to use one of those other things that I mentioned,
Oh,
which
okay,
is
okay.
like diplomacy or
not-
performance
It's
or
basically
society.
exclusive. If we use one, then we can't use the other. Not we have to use the same. Okay, I follow. I've got a plus 10 in diplomacy, so that would probably be my highest thing that I could assist with, because diplomacy was one of those checks. I still think Karu is the primary, makes the most sense at a plus 12.
Religion's the only thing I have anything +4.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have 4, so there's one of us isn't going to be a part of this if there's 6 of us, right? So one person will sit out. Diplomacy, occultism, not religion because we're doing occultism as the primary.
Lore and society.
Or society. Lore, society, diplomacy, occultism. What is everyone's highest out of those 4?
Diplomacy for me.
Okay.
Diplomacy for me.
Okay, at a plus. What are you guys' plus on those? Just out of curiosity.
8 for me.
7 for me.
Okay, 8 and 7. And then, Josh, do you have something in any of those? I know religion is. What's that?
In diplomacy. 8 in diplomacy.
In diplomacy. I guess there's no con and all secondary casters doing diplomacy, Brendan, as far as we know. Like all
No,
picking the same
it's just-
one.
No.
Okay. I don't know if there was like a. I didn't assume that rituals were that complicated. No diminishing returns or anything, but okay, cool. All right, I think does that work for everyone? And then Huang, sit out, keep guard, watch for stuff, guard us while we're chanting in a circle or however it's done. Does that make sense to everyone? Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, me being bench.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
since we're doing occultism instead of religion, we are going to need to have someone like stand guard, make sure no one
Yeah.
comes in and watch.
Let's go back to our other question now too. Do we want to try to go to that like site that we already kind of chilled with the spirits before? Can we
No.
roll a check? We don't. Can we roll a check to see if we? I mean, in character, I mean, as Austin, I don't know, but can I roll something to see if we think that would be worth it at all, as in character?
I'll just tell you both. Like they said that they can prepare space for you to do the ritual here, or I mean, if you have another suitable spot that you think makes more sense, you can go there too. The other, I would say that based on, depending on what you choose to be in that other crypt, is probably a wider, more open space. You know, like there's probably more space for you guys to work with. And I'd say both are probably equally connected to what's going on here. Like you guys feel a strong presence of spirits here. You know that there was a strong presence of spirits there. So I think either one's fine. It's just up to you guys what you want to do.
All right, I think Wakrun would go. I think we should go back to that Clan Tlor crypt that we worked with earlier. We worked with those spirits. We cleaned up the place for them. They might even enjoy being able to have a ritual performed there. So if I have to put my vote in, I think that's where I'd prefer to go. What do you all think?
Works for me.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems excessive. Vote run.
Aye, but the spirits here have attacked us, and all we did was kill them. Why, the spirits there, they attacked us, but then we worked with them and cleaned up the place, and I think it's just got a happier vibe. I mean, whatever everyone wants. We're just going to
So
fast
you're in
travel
the
there.
belief that our rapport would hold over and that we would have a better.
I don't know exactly. It's hard to tell with spirits, but I feel if there was a chance, it's worth taking. I don't think we're in any sort of serious rush. It's not like the clan is going to blow up any second, as far as I know, as far as the research shows. So
No, there's
you gotta
just squires and like young boys lighting candles for us and getting chairs and plates ready for.
Aye, well, they can carry it. I'll carry those. Oh, candles are light. I don't even know.
It's
Do we
almost
need
like-
candles? Is this like a stereotypical ritual, or are we gonna
I feel
hold
like
hands?
I feel like we're just being hosted, right?
yeah, I
It'd just be
feel
rude.
like it would be rude to leave with what has been set aside for us here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just I mean, just a vote, whatever. I don't care. I assume in the book it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters at all, like mechanically.
Everything
I think
matters.
it just it seemed cool, but yeah, whatever, guys. I don't care.
How many people want to go back to the crypt?
Sure.
Aye.
Sure. Yeah.
Aye, we keep coming down to these 3 vote bullshit.
It's like we should be 2 different countries or something.
How many people want to stay?
I
I
Huang, what you thinking? Should we stay or should we go?
I think we should go.
There we go. The 4-2 vote
Yeah.
again.
Well,
Hey, character development.
Ria and Ria, I think that you should come with us. Ophelia, it's been an absolute honor seeing you again. You should go get your hair cut or go talk to one of the runebinders and see if you can get a different outfitter. Though it's just, I hate to be rude, you just don't look good. I mean, you look how you want. It's up to you. At the end of the day,
Always good to see you, cousin.
Good to see you as well. Hold down the fort here. Sorry about the rubble, as there's still like cactuses growing in the middle and like broken statues and shit. It's like I'm sure someone will be around to clean that up. But appreciate you.
Okay. So this is the other map we were talking about.
Nice. It's been so long. Oh, look at all the colors. Such a good
Wow.
map.
it brings me back.
It does. What episode was this?
A while back.
Or
Probably not that early, but
Let's see. Playlists.
but yeah. So if you want to, so basically, Clan Talor is happy to like donate the candles and incense, the other ritual items that you guys would be needing for this ritual.
10 and
I'm assuming you can, Krohans can place the dagger up here on this altar, and he can also assist in the ritual. He's got a decent occultism skill, so
Cool.
if that's the route that you guys are planning on going. Let's see. You said Huang is going to sit this one out.
Wong is going to keep guard.
Okay.
EC duty.
Make sure no one bucks with us. Karu's maining, everyone else is diplomacy checking. Krohan's occultism checking.
Okay. This makes sense.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Do we got any ritual music going on here? I don't know.
I have suspenseful music.
hey, you know that like island tribe from the King Kong movie with
Yes.
Jack Black in it?
Mm-hmm.
You know that people.
Yeah.
They had like a chant. They had like a theme that was really good. That'd be good here. I remember that
There's
score.
also
in-
just
in-
the Skull Island.
Big.
Those people, I think, had a good. tribal
Yeah,
ritual.
they did.
Okay, this is good. Cultism,
This is too tribally.
maybe.
Oh, I didn't put it on the
Jerry
jukebox.
thanks my patrons. Join us to summon the devil. Sick. Is that what we're doing?
Oh gosh.
That's what it says.
Oh boy.
Just no one repeat
Hopefully
what's being said.
Hopefully it's royalty free. Okay. So
Cost
we've
to
all
summon.
kind of gathered here in this crypt, surrounded by the bodies and remains, the ancestors of Clan Talor, a clan focused on the true history of the dwarves.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There's a certain amount of in the air. Maybe it just feels right. So Karu's going to lead off for this ritual here. Actually, does it make more sense to have all the secondary casters do theirs first? I think it does.
Probably.
Well,
I think that we should secret. I think these all should be secret. I think you roll
you
all
want
of
them
them.
all to
Brendan.
be secret checks?
I mean,
Ugh.
Sure. something
we
crazy
had
happens.
homework.
I think that sounds great.
Where am I going to... All right.
Austin, you were definitely that kid that said, "Teacher, we had homework, didn't
Only
you?"
if I did the homework and I know everyone else didn't. Fuck
Mhm.
them. I've spent time
You're a
on it.
dolphin.
Yeah,
Fine.
I'm a dolphin.
All right.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's. I think it's
everybody-
just. I think it's more fun. I think secret checks are more fun. It's more
That's
fun to not know what's going on.
All right, so we'll do secret checks, and then you'll all tell me how you're helping out in the ritual, and then we'll do the results.
Is
So,
this like?
Kron's
I imagine
got-
this is like Spider-Man: No Way Home, or yeah, like Doctor Strange is doing the spell down in the basement. There's some crazy shit going on.
All right, so Krohan's got a +8. Orpheus, what's your bone? What are you using? You're using diplomacy?
Orfmeister is diplomating.
Oh,
at
sorry. Yes, I'm using diplomacy.
at
What's your bonus?
In my head, you said another person's name. Okay. Yes.
Laura.
What's your check?
What's
Or
your
the
bonus?
Bonus. Yeah.
7.
Okay.
We're secret checking them, so
All right.
Yep. So I don't roll any.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
Haru, what's your occultism? You said it's 12?
Oh yeah.
12, 12.
Oh, it's pretty good. Angoric, what are you using?
Just around.
Diplomacy. It's an
Okay. It's 8. I hate how I wrote this down. All right.
Oh, actually, I just
I did-
realized.
To like people's initials and then a dash, but then Krohan and Karu are both Ks, and then I've got a dash, but then I do +8, so it doesn't make any sense. All right, Elnat, you're using diplomacy. What's your bonus?
+8.
Okay. And Walkroon, you using a lore or you using diplomacy also?
I'm using diplomacy, but I do
Okay.
want to say mine. It says it's a +10, but it would normally be a +9, except for I'm wearing that diplomat's badge. So I don't know if we want to say that would work in this scenario. It just says when displayed prominently, it gives you a +1. So it doesn't give me an opportunity to turn it on or off necessarily. It just gives me a 10. But okay, I just wanted to point out where that little bit more was coming from. So
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, you know what I should do? I think I have enough D20s.
roll them all at once and make us pick.
Uh-huh.
God. It's more fun
I'm
because
just
if
gonna-
Dylan rolled like a natural 20 and got like a 32, we'd almost certainly like pass, right? I think it's more fun to do it this way.
What's that
Too dark.
disorder where you just hate hearing your own name? Is that a thing?
Human, I think.
I hate. Yeah, no, I just hated that.
Karu,
All
sorry. We're all picking which one we want.
Everybody pick a die.
I want the yellow and black one, top right.
Yeah, hate die.
Red and blue.
Okay, wait a minute. I need to write this down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Walkroon, you said
Yellow and
you
black,
said-
Bumblebee, baby.
Can I have the
Yeah.
blue? Is the blue and gold one in the corner already claimed?
blue and gold. Which one's blue and gold?
Does it look blue and gold to you?
Which one?
This
That
one?
Blue and
Yeah,
white.
it's that one.
Blue and white? Yep.
Oh yes.
Blue and white. Okay.
Props
think-
to you for not seeing color.
Karu, you said you wanted the GCP die, right?
Yep.
All right. Justin, did you say the red one?
Correct. Red and blue.
Red and blue, yeah.
Red and blue. All right, Justin, what's the red one?
Because I have a die exactly like that.
What a nice variety of dye.
Thanks. And Gorik, what are you thinking? Clear or copper?
I said copper already.
All right, copper. All right. That means Karu or Krohan's getting the clear one.
Shout out Krohan.
Woo! All right, this is way more effort than we needed to make it.
I'm into it.
We got to see your die. That was fun.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we got to see your die.
Ooh, yeah. Next banter
Yeah.
top.
Banter,
I'm just gonna
painted
ask
dye.
everyone's dice. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm seeing them.
into that. I'll steal it for our Starfinder team.
All right, let's see what we got going on here.
Give us some really over the top reactions. Like, oh man! Wow!
Whoa! I
Eight
should not
natural
have rolled
20s?
these dice for you guys. That's crazy.
All natural ones. It's wild. We
I blame
shouldn't have
Austin.
let really Brendan do it because they were on a.
No, we shouldn't have
Natural
let
one.
Austin suggest that Brendan do it.
He was on a natural one kick on his Monday night game. They rolled like
It was nuts.
7
actually.
natural ones or something crazy.
Yeah.
That's just good TV.
It is, yeah. One day we'll see those on TV.
I think so.
YouTube TV.
All right, now let me see.
This really isn't music at all. This is just the sound of a dark ritual.
Just people chanting.
You know?
I've already seen 3 demons be spawned in my room. They just fucked off, so it wasn't a huge deal, but it did happen.
They were just like, no, we're not gonna buy your soul from you. It's worthless.
Exactly.
All right. So, I've got the results, but so you guys are how you get to tell me now how you're participating in this ritual. What does the ritual look like? What that you guys
Well,
are doing here?
I was going to ask because the diplomacy part was that we were trying to like speak with the spirits that are like kind of coming up around us to try to like
Mhm.
apologize or like kind of work with them, right?
Yeah, so I'll set the scene, I guess.
Yeah.
So you guys gather for this
Ancient
ritual. You've got
ritual
the
stuff.
incense lit, the candles are lit. The room is kind of dim otherwise, but it's lit. Okay, you guys are all kind of gathered around. Are you holding hands? Immediately you reach out your hand.
Walkroon won't hold hands first, but if anybody else starts holding hands, then Walkroon will join in.
Yeah, I don't think Elnat would immediately start to do that unless like the ritual specifically calls for it, like it's needed.
Okay. Oh,
Probably
if Elnat's
not.
sitting next to me, I pull out my clan dagger, just to piss off Elnat.
Okay.
I don't
Eh.
know if sitting out too, but
Elnat doesn't really get bothered by it anymore.
He's moving
Ever
past it.
since he had to use it in battle.
All right. Okay. How about what is Karu communing with spirits look like? Is he just kind of like staring straight forward like normal?
Yeah,
like
it's
just kind of,
terrible.
Uh,
It's terrible for the screen. Yeah, if this is like animated later, the scene's gonna be super boring.
What if you went
This-
like full supernova or whatever? Like you unleashed or whatever. What's that called? Unleash your psyche. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
sick.
I could unleash my Shiki.
I
Yeah.
mean, do what you want. I just seems
It's
like
usually just in combat. I don't even know if I can do it without adrenaline, but yeah, whatever.
you really have
Well,
adrenaline
so,
glands.
yeah,
As a,
no,
as
for
a
the
puppet.
for the sake of the ritual, you guys see Karu in his full like ethereal form kind of come out of this doll and like standing there with you, and he's just kind of like communing with the spirits. And so, as the ritual progresses, there's like this fog that starts to kind of like seep out of the dagger and gem. And as it's kind of billowing out off of this altar and onto the ground, you see like electricity like crackling within it. So like you see flashes of light through it, kind of like thunderclouds briefly illuminating. And like and when what you see when the mist lights up are like scenes from the past. You got like these flashes of dwarves like in the tunnels, like fighting orcs, like trying to like fight their way to the surface, and like everything behind them is just complete darkness.
I can see it. Fuck yeah.
And then this mist continues to thicken and coalesce now into several humanoid shapes. At which point you're going to hear Rhea very quietly from the back of the room say, "The council is gathered. We must now make our case." And so Krohan is going to start, and he's going to take a knee, and he is going to like put both hands like flat on the ground, like take a knee, and he's going to say, "In my youth, I believed myself a dwarf equal to the High King Targic. I wanted to earn his glory for myself, and I stole the clan dagger out of my youthful ambition. In my own hubris, I lost the dagger on a simple mission down below, delving through the caves. It was my recklessness that led to this great shame being brought upon my family. And standing here in the hall of my ancestors, I hope to make that right and apologize for the mistakes that I've made. And I could not do it by myself. I know now that no one dwarf is as great as the legends tell. It is through this council of friends that I was able to recover the dagger and bring it before you here. And I hope that we may remake the blade that was broken."
Amen.
And he looks into the camera directly at Josh. All right. Somebody else want to speak?
Walkroon will kind of step forward a little bit, and
Oh, don't break the circle!
it start like the lightning gets crazier. He steps back.
All right.
No, but you guys don't see it like as characters, but maybe if we're watching this, you kind of see it flash back to a moment in his past that maybe we've seen before. But one of his shames was when he found this chalice that everyone has come to know, and he brings it back to his uncle, who is the head of Clan Runebinder, and his uncle tells him to destroy it, to get rid of it. It's magic that we don't understand. It's not worth it. And he says that he will, but doesn't. And that's one of his greatest secrets, his greatest sins that he continues to hide to this day. And he kind of opens his eyes and is speaking with the rest of these spirits, and it's just like, we've all committed great, not tragedies necessarily, but we've all committed things that we wish that we could take back, or that we realize are wrong. I think the Dwarven people are very aware of that. And we are here to ask for your forgiveness. Our friend Krohan here is a good man, a good person. And we believe that this dagger needs to be cleansed, not only for his family, but the history of the dwarves. He steps back. He doesn't step back. He stays perfectly in line, but he puts his head back
He
down.
breaks the circle. Don't cross the streams. All right.
And then he goes, popcorn Orpheus.
Spirits recognize popcorn.
Aye. It's a
Yeah,
delicacy.
they're not barbarians.
Yeah.
Essentially, the name of the episode.
I was thinking of the name of the ritual, honestly.
I don't know what to say.
Boom, what you say?
You don't have to say something.
Popcorn.
Aye, beautiful. Well spoken.
I don't think Agoric spoken.
Correct. I popcorn to you first.
Spirits recognize popcorn.
We popcorn Angoric?
Popcorn and Goric, and apparently Geralt.
Aye,
And
Geralt,
Goric
a fierce monster slayer.
holds up the item he has in his arms. And he goes, "Oh, great spirits."
He does not like that.
And apparently Orpheus goes, "Oh, he does not like that."
Orpheus,
He looks pretty happy.
Yeah, it's like he loved it, actually.
Man, he's having fun. "Oh, great spirits. From our research, I recognize that you were very racist against my kind. But find it in your hearts to know that there is now an orc amongst your ancestors, at least beloved by a
I
halfling."
mean, you're descendant.
I have a girlfriend. I have an orc.
Okay.
This orc has a girlfriend.
I think Rhea is gonna say now. She's like, not everybody has to speak. That's okay. All right. Elnat, did you want to say anything?
No. I mean, he's gonna be going over some of the like kind of general prayers that he's been taught as growing up, but not speaking them out loud. It's more kind of just to himself that he's doing his part.
And Gork's gonna think to himself, "Shit, why didn't I think of
It's, he's like, I know all kinds of prayers.
Can
Okay.
Huang see what's going on, or do you have to like be part of the ritual to see these spirits? Is she just like observing from the background?
I think it's tough to kind of make out what's going on right now. I think like Rhea is trying to kind of look and see what's going on, and then Huang is maybe checking out what's going on. But yeah, it's kind
picturing-
of tough.
Val chittering in and out and playing a phone tag with me to like let me know what's going on.
Yeah, Bao breaks the spiritual circle and he starts transforming. You are
He's
now
like,
aware,
I was about
Pangolin!
to say it's a werebankalin. It's a werebow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, so these ancestors have kind of gathered here. And you kind of, Krohan's plea is basically, it's like, it was my mistake, it was my fault, and these people have brought the dagger back with me and are all here to make amends to what's happened. And what about Karu? What is Karu doing during this?
Karu, the first couple of seconds of the ritual is very just immobile. His general self, flat-faced. Then all in just one sudden, the manifestation of Karu, his original Patra body, comes out in this great ethereal form that you've seen usually only in combat, but in this case it is a special circumstance. And with that, he becomes a lot more, mobile. So his hands are flying all over the place. His tail's whipping. He starts to hover a little bit. It's mainly just him on his toes, but he's communing with these boomers, and he's kind of being berated in his own mind by them, and they're sort of, their inklings towards truth, and I think they kind of become a bit more intrusive and kind of force Karu to relive some memories that he's not super proud of. You see flashes of like dark dwarves. In D&D they're called Dwarger. I'm not sure what they are. Yeah.
They are in Pathfinder lore. They are called the Hringar.
Hringar, that's the word. Yep.
Hringar.
You see flashes of them and Karu, and then Karu brings out a clan knife as part of the ritual.
Oh god, he's got a gun.
He metaphorically and spiritually spills his guts, cutting through his burlap, and pulls out a clan dagger, all of, soot and obsidian, and just offers it up to the spirits as a sacrifice.
Oh shit! And during the ritual, I lean over to Elnat. Hey, did you see that one's got a clan dagger? How does that make you feel?
I'm not as strict about clan daggers as I used to be.
Aye, okay, if you say so. I'm going to keep poking fun at you, though.
Under his breath, he just goes, "Dick."
So Karu is very ceremoniously offering up this clan dagger. And basically like you're holding it out, and you're gonna see this blue spectral hand, and then this fully formed being kind of springs into existence.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
Hey
buddy.
Oh fuck! You guys should shift click on that, or shift hover on that one.
Yeah.
That looks badass.
Aye, fuck.
Wow. Hello there.
And he says he picks up the dagger, so he's obviously got physical form almost. It's like he picks up the dagger.
Or Karu's dagger?
No, Karu's dagger.
Okay.
He takes the dagger from Karu and inspects it. "'Tis a fine blade." And he hands it back to Karu.
I think that means he's in.
It's like
terrible, but great.
"One must be worthy of dwarves to wield dwarven steel." And then he's going to like walk over to the table where this broken dagger is sitting. And he's going to pick it up, and he's going to say, "I do welcome the return of my clan dagger.
Oh shit! This is him.
Yet this is not what I did intend. Thou hast heard my tale, my great unfinished works." And he's going to like address the whole room. He's just going to say, "The great worm, Zogu Totoro, did bear this dagger to the surface, for it is a key." And he holds it up, and you see like magical runes like flashing along its surface in Dwarven. And he says, "The key to my legacy. 'Tis called Skysunder. It was by my side as I did lead my people to the surface. But what use hath a blade to a spirit? and he holds it out, just kind of generally, like toward in the middle of the group, like kind of in both hands.
Hi, Krohan, take it.
Nobody else steps forward. Krohan will grab the dagger from the spirit, and he starts to talk, and he's just like, "But I'm not worthy of this dagger."
Is Crowhunt saying that or the spirit saying that?
Krohan saying that,
Okay.
trying to make them different. But Krohan's gonna reach out, and he's gonna say, "But I'm not worthy of this dagger, my lord king." And Targic will shake his head. "Thy talents lie in spirits, young Rivathun, not in blades." And he's going to turn and like look at everyone that's gathered here, and he is going to hand the dagger to Orpheus.
Nice.
Orpheus?
Wow.
The Orfmeister?
The Orf dog?
Orf?
Orf doggy
Dwarves.
dog?
Dwarves have too long buried the past. Far better a mortal champion carry this and seek mine tomb and mine own legacy.
Wow.
You're so special.
I imagine that's
I
what
think-
Orpheus sounds
I
like
think
when he says wow, too.
Orpheus would like stand there silently because he's the stoic type. But just like, I think it would be obvious he'd be a little choked up, especially because he lost his parents when he was a kid, and he has no one and no family, and now he's part of this family, this clan.
God damn,
Okay.
Dylan.
That's pretty good. Okay. And he's going to Targic is going to continue speaking. He says,
Dude.
Did you just have that on your soundboard, Dylan?
Yeah.
"Yeah, he's got a crazy soundboard going."
That's so deep.
It's the crying emote that comes up too on your screen.
Yeah, it's good. Okay.
God.
So Targic is going to speak. "Thy party carries with them now 3 of mine own relics," and he's going to like hold out his hand, and like basically spirits, like energy is going to fly out from it, and it is going to blast the diplomat's badge that Walkroon is carrying, and it is going to flash with this vibrant bright light. And the piece of armor that Krohan has been carrying with him to like use as to try and find the dagger. You know, he had it in his hands and it was like looking for the dagger. It is also going to flash with light and just float above him a little bit and just kind of like spin in the air.
Oh
I thought it
yeah.
was gonna come to me and make me like an Iron Man suit. Like,
No,
You
okay,
wish.
it's not quite that
Oh
powerful.
my god, that'd be really cool. Hi.
"To find mine own tomb, the worm doth know the way."
Hi. Just for clarification's sake, is it like the worms that are underground?
"The great worm, Zogu Totaru."
Yeah, Zogu. Okay. Alright, well, I can't really step out of the circle, but very dangerous.
Seek her last victim, a Drathnelar, survivor here in Highhelm.
Oh,
The statue kind of looks around for a moment.
this is a statue or a spirit?
Sorry, the spirit. The spirit kind of like looks around, is almost like trying to pinpoint where a sound is coming from. Like the spirit's distracted for a moment by something else.
Huang's
Oh, like
ear
Spider-Man with his
on the
spider
fox.
senses.
The fox ear turns if we're looking at the
Yeah, exactly. But like, "My time grows short. Tread with care. As dwarves sought the surface, we did slay and make many enemies. As thou seekest the depths, perchance thou might heal some of those ancient wounds and find friends in unlikely places."
When he said enemies, he like looked at
Yeah.
Yorick.
There
Made
you
Yeah.
enemies.
The whiskey.
I must away. The power within me wanes. Remember this. Fate seldom calls upon thee at a moment of thine own choosing. Optimus Prime.
And Linkin Park starts playing.
What
I've done.
done?
I can imagine
Okay.
it.
It's pretty good.
Oh, that needs to be a soundboard sound, actually. Just the
All right.
start of that song. Okay.
How do question, Mr. DM, sir?
That's intense.
Huh?
Seek the survivor of the great worm. What?
The name?
Zogu Totaru.
Sogu Totoru.
And
God.
Totoro?
survivor's name?
Zogu Totaru. The survivor. He said a draft nalar, which is what the deep gnomes are called.
Gotcha. That's right.
Okay.
Fuck, I was gonna ask something too.
Okay.
I think we passed.
Nope. You
That
die.
was actually the failure.
No, that was the
scenario.
failure one.
That's right.
on a success, you actually level up 3 times and you get 100 gold apiece. It's crazy. Oh, I was gonna say, I imagine the dagger now as like the dagger from, God, which was it? Is it the most recent Star Wars movie where it's just like that dagger perfectly lined up with like the fallen ship?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got the, yeah.
It's got the
It's
cutout.
this
on it.
really
This
weird.
doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay.
But yeah, so the High King's spirit is going to now slowly fade away back into mist, and the room is going to get bright again.
Maria, did you get all of that?
What? Did it start?
Oh, you'd have loved it. The king was here. The
Which
OG.
king? The
Yeah.
Thirst King?
The OG.
High King Targic was here?
Aye, yeah. He asked about you, but you didn't
crazy.
respond. It was really rude of you.
No, that can't be.
Yeah, it's exactly me. He said, you've actually
No!
disgraced your whole family. To go into hiding.
Oh
Did
my
you see-
god.
She pulls out the samurai sword and just stabs her gut.
Seppuku.
with...
Yeah, you usually do that with your main sword.
Yeah,
The full blade.
it's a gnome thing. They don't
It's
do
a
it
gnome
quite
thing.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But
Wow,
yeah, wild.
that was a lot.
With a hammer.
And we start book 2 now. Man. Okay.
Do we start book 2 now?
I don't know. I was just saying that.
Do you want to skip the rest of book 1?
I was just saying
Oh.
that. I don't know. I have no idea. Brennan doesn't reveal any secrets to me.
That's right.
Oh my god. No.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I
There
got
we
it. Don't
go.
worry. It's on my stream deck here, ready
Yeah,
to go.
readily available.
Exactly.
We've got
That and-
at least 10 more pages worth of book.
Okay. Okay, so we didn't know what the riches, or what did he call it? What's his something's hidden behind the door, like why we're trying to get there to unlock the door or unlock the vault or whatever it is. The Sky King's
nice.
what do you say? Hinder? No, it wasn't hinder. It was fuck. I don't remember the name of the word now that he used. Should have written everything down that you said.
He did say that the dagger was the key to his legacy,
Yeah.
and that you could.
It's
you could
at Sky King.
oh, he said that you guys had already had 3 of his
Yeah.
relics.
Before that, it was the name of the place, I think, that he wanted us to go to. It's like Sky King something. It wasn't Tomb. I thought you were going to say go to Sky King's tomb, but it was like
No, it was
No,
like
He
the
called his
sun's-
dagger. The dagger's called Skysunder.
that's what it was. This dagger is called Skysunder. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's not necessarily a dagger; it's a key to his legacy. But we don't really know.
And his legacy is probably like his son, so it's like his son's
I was just thinking it was
bedroom.
just like a pile of like all of like the dead orcs and the other races that he like almost brought to extinction.
It's a skeleton army that I was almost done building.
Something horrible.
Wouldn't that be wild? Oh my
I'm
god.
just gonna. All right, well, Krohan, it seems like we fixed your dagger, so it was a pleasure working with you, and I'm gonna go back to work now.
Krohan seems like kind of stunned by the news, actually, like the stunned by the things that Target said. He's like looking at his hands, and he's like, "Me, a Rivathun? I did not think it was possible."
Lore check on the Riverthunes again.
We've talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, the name was familiar.
Rivathunes are dwarves that practice ancestor magic.
We talked about it here.
Yeah.
Right at this location because there was
probably. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it's basically like they
guy was a
inherently.
Riverthune.
Yeah. Well, they no, he's a cleric.
Yeah, the blind guy. Yeah.
He's a cleric. But anyways,
Okay.
I will say that like so it's basically like like occult, like psychic magic. Like they have latent magical abilities because they're, and you know that at least once during your travels,
he did some
like
weird shit.
he started doing some magic, but only after he got like damaged in combat. Like only after he was like
he did some
really
shit.
hurt.
Because I don't think you've ever
started using
actually
magic.
told us what his class is.
That's right. Because he doesn't have a class.
Yeah, that would explain why.
No class.
That's to explain why you haven't told us.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. All right. But yeah, kind of wild, like a little bit. So he's kind of
that's a big
stunned,
reveal.
you know.
Well, yeah, and he's got a piece of his armor too.
Yeah.
And I have his old badge.
Yeah. It was a beard clasp, you know. It was like that. It's one of the you know, like when you're picturing like the like Gimli from Lord of the Rings, you know, they always have all the rings and stuff in their beard.
his beard jewelry. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Sick.
But I don't know how we're gonna do that because I don't think Path Builder does relics.
Are they like different items with different effects?
Yeah, they're like artifacts from OG D&D. Like they are
Did
powerful
you look
items.
for them already?
Yes, I couldn't find them.
What's the? Did you put the names anywhere in Discord? Not that I don't believe you. I'm just curious. I mean, I don't know if it's. Excuse me, if it's a. I paid for Path Builder, so I don't know if it's a paid thing, but we can add custom items in. So.
Yeah.
Skysunder.
Yeah. How's everybody feeling after that?
It's pretty crazy. It feels like we didn't have any direction when the campaign started, other than go help everyone, and then we got direction, go help this guy find his dagger, and then I felt lost again, but now I feel like we have another goal that seems like it's not going to be like we go to the place, like it's going to be a whole ass adventure to get to the place. So
yeah, it feels like the start of something new.
Yeah. Exactly. So, reignited. Okay. Brendan, am I okay to Google that item?
Probably
like
not.
if you go look on whatever it's what's the.
The thing is that
I just want to know if it just has like a custom ability to it, I might just be able to add it right into the one I already have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is that like relics they get more powerful if you do certain things.
But you don't know.
I don't think you know what those things are.
Okay. So is it right by default? It's just the same thing as a diplomat's badge, maybe?
No, it's got its own stat sheet. Like for example,
I mean, you might be able to screenshot the things I can know if you want to individually let us custom know what they base level do at least.
I guess I don't know. I don't know what it. Like Skysunder is a +1 striking clan dagger.
Okay. So
like from the get, like it is.
You can add whoever. I guess Orpheus got that, so you can add a. I think clan dagger as an item, and then make it +1 striking, which is dope. Especially as a rogue.
Yeah, for sure.
+1 striking dagger, like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Clan dagger 5.
Is mine a +1 striking diplomat's badge? It's now a throwable weapon.
No.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. Maybe yours is just a diplomat's badge until you start advancing it.
Okay, that's fine.
Gear.
But when you found it, what's the name of the site? Why am I not thinking of the name of the site? Pathfinder stuff.
Path Builder.
Archives of Nethys?
Yeah, Archives of Nethys. Is it on Archives of Nethys? Does it give too much lore for me to go read it?
Yeah, I don't think you can look at it yet.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. Just to make sure.
I'm gonna look at it a little bit more and see if I can figure out what to.
Yeah,
do for
probably
you guys.
not. I assume it's still a diplomatic thing for now, so it's probably not
Yeah.
super.
It's
super
still a
important.
diplomat's badge, and the adamantine echo is a rune.
And that's what Crowan ended up with,
It's
right?
yeah, it's a +1 armor potency rune.
Sick. Nice.
I think is a clan dagger any different than a regular dagger at base?
Yeah. Oh, at like base? No,
think-
it does the same
Yeah,
damage and to hit. It's just its own thing, and it's in the items for Path Builder.
Yeah, I think it might
Is it
cost
in
more.
Path
Maybe
Builder?
it should be.
Yeah, item?
Add
It's going to be in
Should be
weapons.
under weapon.
Go to weapons and then do add
Mhm.
weapon at the top. I think it's going to be simple too, maybe? I don't remember where you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there not a way? I don't think there's a way to actually type in stuff on.
No, I know. I was trying to search. I couldn't figure out a way.
I think
There's-
you just
yeah,
do
there's like a
all
filter button.
all standard. Yeah, the filter button doesn't bring up a search bar on the weapons though.
It does.
I usually
on
just
our
control
weapons, okay.
whenever I have it up. I just control F, and
That's
it
smart. Yeah.
tends to
Under
work.
all,
Yeah.
you can scroll down. There's one that says Clan Dagger though. There's Clan Dagger, and Clan Pistol. And you should be able to add
I
it
only
with.
see clan pistol.
And you're on all standard at the top.
Oh, I'm on all met. Hold on. I'm sorry.
You're good.
No, I found it. My bad.
No worries. And then once you have it, you should be able to go to.
And I got it.
Ah,
Is it? It's like it basically has a. Yeah, a weapon striking rune in it, right, Brennan? That's how it works. A striking rune. So yeah, once you have it, if you click on options above the name,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the top right there it says striking rune, no striking rune.
Yes.
You should be able to click on that and do weapon striking. And then
Greater or major?
just the first one, not
Oh,
there should be three.
Weapon strike.
Yep.
yep.
Weapon striking, and then bottom you do give instead of buy because it's already on it.
Right.
And then you
That's
should
it?
be good. Yep.
Yep. So that dagger basically does 2 damage dice anytime you roll it because it's got a striking rune on it, and it's magical, so it's a +1 to hit too.
Very cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's what I was looking under for weapons with magical. Does not come up under magical.
Yeah, that's fair. So
Hell
we
yeah.
learned a little bit more about what's going on here.
Yeah. Direction. Now we got to go find
Yeah.
the ancient gnome person. I feel like it's next step.
Essentially.
Actually, next step is what the fuck did he hear?
Hmm.
Probably.
Maybe.
Did we
think that was-
notice him looking around like he heard something?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I know that we did, but did our characters did too?
No, that's like the thing on the hologram whenever there's like a battle going on in the background. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
he's got to
Let's
go,
go.
and then he's
You see a giant spectral ballista bolt shoot going like through him.
God, I thought he was
Up
here. I didn't
against
think
the
it was a hologram. It's insane. Spirits are
It's
just
horrible.
holograms.
That's where you find out that the dwarves actually discovered futuristic technology and left into the future. Like
yeah.
And
It's a
welcome to
Skyrim
Starfinder
secret.
2E.
that's right. Yeah. So that's kind of crazy. I mean, what does everybody say? Like after that's all over, that's kind of an insane series of events that happened there.
Hi, Kron. That's a old piece of armor you're carrying around. Looks like it might be a little bit more than we expected.
It's all that meets the eye.
I think that it would probably be best served if one of you took this piece.
Oh, you think
He
so?
says, "It is important for my journey that I regain my honor without the help of Tagik's relics."
Aye, you just want the help of all 6 of us.
That's right, exactly.
Okay, I understand entirely.
You're my advisors,
Uh,
and I will be the No High King.
Well,
He does the Galadriel thing, and he's like, "I shall be great and powerful."
I feel like in my head, armor is like a Angoric or Elnat thing, like an armor rune. You know,
Wow.
I don't know how they work. Is there like something that we need to check to see if the enchantment can go on it?
It is
or...
it's a rune that would go on anyone's set of armor. It is a +1 armor potency rune, which I'm not sure what armor potency does because I'm assuming it just increases your
Armor potency +1 just increases the armor's item bonus to AC by 1.
Yeah.
So
Plus
it just
one
gives
AC.
you a +1 on your armor.
Oh.
So I was gonna say Angoric or Elnat probably.
Angoric, what is your AC normally?
20.
20. Same here. You want to just
Roll
do a
off.
roll off for it?
Roll off makes sense. I think that as far as if I'm going strictly mechanically speaking, Elnat's
I'll roll
usually
both
the
of them.
one getting in there and smacking people, so we probably benefit from it more, with Angoric
Yeah.
staying back and being our healer. But if I was in Angoric's position, I would roll for it regardless, because armor potency runes are cool.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean,
don't-
if
it's
you're
up to
cool
you
with
guys.
it, I'll take it.
Nope,
I never
roll
said
off.
I was with it.
I will say that if the healer goes down, you're kind of
That's
SOL.
also true. No. It's not good for anyone to go down, so. You guys should roll a d20.
Rolling,
Go for it.
rolling.
7.
Oh.
9.
Oh.
Nine.
That gets it.
Gotta win by
Fate is
3,
spoken.
actually. Reroll. I'm just kidding.
That's right. Best 7 out of 9. Or best 5 out of 9. That makes more sense.
So is there something, like, should he just put that on? Or does that have ways to level it up, too?
Yeah. So I have discovered what I was doing incorrectly, and that was not reading further in this book.
True.
So all 3 of those relics have bonded with the PC now. So whoever takes them gets to choose how to advance that bond. So basically, they each have a couple of options for a minor gift they can give you, which I think is just like a spell that you can cast.
Oh, no shit.
Maybe. But so there's just a few things they can do. So, like, for example, the Uniter of Clans,
That's mine, yeah.
the badge that you have, minor gifts can be Ancestor's Call.
Oh, isn't that the ability
Ling-
that... Who gets that in Skyrim? What? I feel like someone gets that in Skyrim.
Yeah, Fusrota. Linguistic Nexus or Repository of Knowledge.
Oh.
And for example, Ancestor's Call says that dwarven spirits gravitate towards this relic. You can call upon them to inhabit you and your allies to impart ancient ancestral secrets. When you choose this gift, what?
What?
Choose three common first level dwarven ancestry feats.
Wow.
Jeez.
And then whenever you activate this,
I can choose to give that feat to...
so it says once per hour. So basically, once per
24 times a day.
Yeah, 24 times a day. You can choose one of these feats. You and an ally in a 10-foot radius burst centered on you gain that feat and the dwarf trait for 1 minute.
Wow.
So that's one of the gifts that you can choose. One of the gifts that you can choose has all of those things. So we'll talk about it. I'll send stuff to everybody
Okay.
to kind of describe what that looks like. So Elnat, you got the armor shard.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I think we'll see. I was going to add relics of my own, and then I looked through the rest of the campaign and figured out there's exactly 6 relics in this campaign. So
Spoiler alert. Everyone will get
spoiler
one.
alert. Everyone get.
Unless you die.
And I might, depending on how it goes, if someone really wants to trade, you might be able to do something to trade it out later on, but we'll see. But yeah, so you can try to maybe I don't know, maybe it'd make more sense if you did know how to advance the bond. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
it's like some time and research or something. Need some rolls to...
Yeah.
Investigate it.
But basically, it's kind of set up for you guys to be able to advance them in future books and get more minor gifts and eventually a major gift.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like these relics advance with you throughout the whole campaign.
Fuck yeah.
Kind of nice.
It's very cool.
Okay.
It's a good thing
So
you just didn't sell the diplomat's badge.
Yeah. I had that thought when I was prepping the session, and I was like, I honestly have no idea if anyone still has it or not. And I was just like, I don't think anyone's mentioned selling it specifically.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's gonna be so funny if it just doesn't come up. Like, and then you said something about having it earlier or something. You're like, I'm gonna use it for this ritual, and I was like, yeah, you should do that.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, I immediately put that on. I tend to
Really
do
important.
I tend to talk a lot, so the diplomacy bonus is nice. So
Yeah, so it's really cool. So we'll talk about what kind of gifts those give you guys. But it seems like Targic has kind of given the 6 of you collectively the quest to recover his legacy and restore the honor of the dwarves. So it's kind of going to be up to you how much that makes sense for your characters. But you do there's a certain sense of camaraderie that's kind of started to build between this group. It's like maybe you just kind of, it's kind of like you got randomly partnered together when you're doing a group project or something. When you got here, it's just like all of you guys are. It's like, and now it's just kind of like, I'm glad that fate brought us together because it's like no matter how we feel about maybe individuals in this group, it's like together you are a team and you're getting a lot done. So. But yeah,
I think after all the hubbub, Wakaru would also go, hey, so is there anyone here who doesn't have a clan dagger at this point? Is there anyone without a clan dagger?
I have a clan dagger.
Huang, I guess, is the only one without a clan dagger at this point. Which is...
Yeah.
That's
they
fine.
tend to
It's
get
insane
around.
because, it's usually just a dwarven thing, but somehow...
We all have
We have-
ties to
we have
dwarven culture.
four different races here with clan daggers now. It's kind of cool.
Mhm.
There are a lot of clans.
Lots of clans.
There are a lot of clans.
A lot of daggers. How many have clan daggers that were given to you by the ancient spirit of the first dwarven king?
Mm.
I think just one.
Orpheus is the prince that was promised.
I am
my God.
special.
Ah.
It's not a lot, but the fact that it happened once.
Yeah, that's true. My clan dagger is more of a clan shuriken because I thought it was cool.
Fucked it up.
I'm just dreading to win in this D&D world. We've been in the D&D world for a year, and that means that isn't it Woke Run has the stickleberry?
Stickler is
Yeah,
gonna
he
give it back.
does.
Yeah, he's
I
got
will
brain.
not be giving that back. I will be running it back and winning again.
The weapon that he uses double
More pies.
frequently, he can't have anymore.
I've saved all my bottle caps for one moment and one moment only.
If you get 5 natural 20s in a row, I'll let you keep the Stickleberry Stickler forever.
9. Take it or leave it.
Do you want me to peel back the curtain?
Sure. Peel that shit back.
I'm pretty sure that there was like a higher threshold that you could meet to like win that contest, where like you ate more. Where you ate more pies than anybody that's ever eaten before. And they brought out armor that was decorated like a berries, and it was
The stickleberry armor?
it was quote unquote called the very full plate.
Oh yeah.
Very
That is
full
cool.
plate.
That is cool.
But I made that up, so it was not built in to the game. Okay.
Mhm.
That was an effort of me trying to give you guys more loot because you're all right, more people than normal.
Yeah.
But you didn't get it, so whew, that's rough.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I think you kind of like talk a little bit, and like it's so vague that they would just say that there is a deep gnome living somewhere in High Helm.
He didn't even say
It
that.
has
He
the
just said,
information.
find the Darathra.
Well, he said find the Draftnalar survivor, and like it. Basically, what he said was that the worm knows the way, and this
We're
gnome
gonna have to ride the
maybe
worm?
knows.
That's so
This
cool.
gnome maybe knows the worm, like it's like so maybe there's some kind of connection there, but like so it's like you have the barest whisper of an idea of what to do next.
Walk around when we're kind of talking about it. He might go. I think that our best chance at survival here is if we. I know it's going to sound crazy, but ignore the advice of the king and see if we can't find this legacy without having to interact with any worms for any reason whatsoever. I think it's time to head back to the library for multiple days to see what we can learn. Huang, with me. I am deeply terrified of the worms and have absolutely no desire.
Yes, Kaoru
To
will
fuck with
actually
them.
step up and address this issue front
Ah!
face. And just,
God, for a
I
second
think
there, I thought you were a
perhaps-
Build-A-Bear.
oh, yes, I've heard that one. I think that maybe you are in for some, perhaps, exposure therapy? No?
Ah! 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 The fuck is that?
Yes,
see it?
exactly. Just like that. We need more of
I think
that.
the exposure therapy was probably limited to the invisible. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god, he's back. The blind man, Helden. Welcome back.
Are you all summoning spirits down here again?
Hey, we were the king and all of his men, merry men, were here.
I'll start cleaning up after you so the spirits don't get angry and
That's probably a good call.
summon a giant crocodile monster again.
I could go. I think the exposure therapy was probably that of the illusion of the cave worm that we saw down below. I don't think that we're gonna get so lucky again, though. To be completely honest with you, and it's really not a thing you need to be going to therapy for. I mean, it's logical to be terrified of such a massive creature. If a dragon flew in and was about to kill you, there's no therapy to solve that. That's just a good
But
natural
if one
reaction
were
to have.
perhaps keep their footing and not cower
Oh, I've never fallen
And
down.
be-
I've just hidden behind stuff.
and simply did not contribute.
I gave some call outs. He's right there. Fuck. Run.
It is okay to be afraid.
I'm well aware, yeah.
It's even better to be brave.
Yeah. I think it depends on the scenario, but I do hear you, Karu. Well, I guess we can cross that bridge when we get there, but just know that I'm not looking forward to the bridge whatsoever.
We'll cross that cum when we bridge to it.
We'll burn that bridge when we cross it.
Exactly.
We're burning the women and... Never mind, I'm going to stop.
All right.
What are we doing to the churches?
Nothing. We're burning them too.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just relieved that we didn't have to do another ghost combat.
I was kind of looking forward to it. I still am not completely convinced. The ghost did seem to hear something. Karu! I don't mean to be... Or not Karu, excuse me. Kwang! I don't mean to be rude, but... have you heard anything? I just assume your sense of hearing is better than everyone else for no reason. I think something might have scared him off. Can I do another perception check to see if... I mean, I don't know how long we've been standing here. I guess how long has it been now? I mean, I know that we've been sitting here forever, but I don't know if our characters are just... It's only been like 20 seconds, you know? No. Okay, perception 13. That's going to be a 22 on the old percept to listen for stuff and or things.
22, and you're trying to, if I understand you correctly, hear something supernatural that a ghost might have heard
I
that
don't
made
know how
him
ghosts
leave.
work. Yeah.
A ghost might have heard 20 minutes ago. Yeah.
20
I don't know how
minutes
long
ago.
I've been
Okay.
here. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's it. No, it's totally valid.
I also
you
asked
don't hear anything.
Huang if she heard anything.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I heard something.
She responded cryptically.
All right, well, I guess I'm an idiot for listening when we saw the ghost run away because he heard something. He could talk to us, so I assumed he could hear in our world. So we spoke back to him, but that's fine. All right, well, let's go find the gnome lady. Hey, Ria! Come over here.
I'm still here. Did you want to talk to me more for something?
Hi, yeah. You're controlled by the GM, so you're a good way for him to give us information without it being too game-breaking.
Well, I didn't even get to see the ritual.
Right. Well, here's the deal. And he kind of walks through what happened up until the end.
Holy shit!
It's crazy. You should have been. You were here. I don't know why you didn't get closer. The lightning wasn't
It was
dangerous.
scary.
It was scary.
Oh.
I almost stepped out of the circle and it got much worse.
Imagine what would have happened if you did that.
I know. I can only imagine. Are you aware of Roth? How do you say it?
Drath
Drathnalar.
Nilar.
The king mentioned a Drathnalar survivor of this great worm. Does that ring any bells for you? High Helm's a big place, lots of people. I feel like you know the city pretty well. Does that sound familiar in any way? Do you know of any Drathnalar? I don't know if I've seen one. Quite some time.
Oh, they're around. I said they don't come this far up normally. You know, they live in
I suppose
the
yeah.
Darklands. It's like I think you visited the ruins of a Drathnalar settlement.
Yeah, that's where we found that's where the whole hubbub started with us having to clean out the gem, right?
Well,
Wasn't that where
I
the
seem to
gnomes lived?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Goldredge was a previously a Drathnalar settlement.
Okay, yeah.
But I think it was quite a few years back. But there was more cave worm activity than normal, and there were a bunch of deep gnome settlements being destroyed. She said, I remember there was only a few people that survived, and some of them live, I think, in the whatever the bottom level of High Helm is called.
Hey, let me just open the
I'm
map
forgetting
of
right
High Helm
now.
overview, and I'll let you know.
It's called the depths. Some of them live
Hey,
down in the
the
depths. They don't like sunlight or feeling like they're, some of them say that the pressure down there does them good. Keeps their digestion working.
Aye, sure.
It's like the opposite of astronauts.
Hey, what the fuck's an astronaut?
Whatever an astronaut.
Is that like a dragon?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just like a dragon.
I'm going to write
I think
that down.
Jason and the astronauts went looking for the golden fleece.
Oh, now we're getting into lore I don't quite understand. I don't think I'll be able to continue this joke much longer.
It's Jason and the Argonauts. But anyways, is there anything else that you could squeeze out of me before I go?
Why do you have to leave? I just figured that you and Krohan, with your infinite knowledge, would just continue along with us for the rest of the adventure.
Well, you know, as an NPC, once my lines have expired,
Exhausted.
I immediately end the conversation and walk away to go back to my designated resting place.
Hi, but occasionally you can save and reload and you'll have new content to give us.
Potentially, but
I
not
do that-
today.
I do that 18 times.
Okay. But yeah, so she's, you know,
Yes, the
gives you an
Drathnalar, if
idea.
I want to know, are probably residing in the depths. That's kind of what we learned
Correct.
there. Okay.
Yep.
I feel like it's time to go to bed. Like now we've been
It did. The ritual itself took another 2 hours, so it's about
research.
you know,
It took us a while to get there. It's
5
probably time
o'clock,
to rest and reset.
dinner time.
Some
Let's
people
all go
expended
back to
some
the-
spells during the statue
Yes.
combat, so probably wouldn't hurt. To,
Ria's like, oh, are we gonna grab a bite to eat? Is there some place that you want to go and hang out for 5 or 6 hours?
yeah, the same place that we've always gone that I can't ever remember the name of. Where Angorik meets with his girl.
Zelgin/Helgin/
Helgens.
whatever
yeah,
the end is
we
supposed
have
to
the
be.
one that the map is still available to us. Holy hell, I'm already here, and so is everyone else. I can't help but notice that Huang looks flat in this map, though.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Okay.
Huang, are you okay?
Something comical.
So, does anybody else have anything they want to do before you leave the
my
crypt?
self-esteem.
Yeah, I'm good.
No. Everybody's good.
Yep.
All right. Let's have
clean
a
up.
will
Dude,
save.
like clean
Will
up.
save from everybody before you leave.
Okay. Let's pull out
Nice and
the
ominous.
Geralt die. For a little bit of
23
will.
from Elnat.
Oh, rolled a 17 for a 26 from Wakrun.
11.
19.
Josh, you guys are muted if you're talking.
You are muted. Yeah.
Just doing it back. We can't hear you guys. Did you guys get?
M-U-T.
24.
Sure.
Okay. What did Orpheus get?
Oh, sorry. 17.
All right. So you guys summon some spirits. Maybe there's some residual energy. Everyone's kind of leaving with that kind of like I would say like maybe just like a kind of a lump in your throat. Like you're just kind of like aware of some of that energy. Like maybe you all have different ideologies that you ascribe to. So maybe it's normal to talk to spirits. Maybe it's not so normal to talk to spirits. But you did talk to spirits. So everybody's kind of filing out of here. And I imagine based where everybody's kind of standing right now, that Elnat's kind of leaving last. And Elnat just hears a whisper behind him.
A whisper wish, a whisper wish.
A whisper wish, whisper, whisper wish.
Elnat.
A whisper wish.
Elnat will. Yes.
Is he done whispering?
Who is that? Who's there?
Elnat, is that you?
Yes. Who? And he's
What?
looking around, trying to see who's talking to him. Just the hell.
It's and you just see like this like very, very, very faint form, kind of like coming out of the shadows behind you, and he says, "What am I doing here, my son?"
Oh no.
Papa?
And we'll pick up there next week.
What
Wait
the
a minute.
fuck? We have to fight Elnat's dead dad?
Oh man, Force Ghost style.
Force Ghost style? Holy lord. Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright. Stream. Thanks for hanging out. Tatas. Till next time. Episode 30.
Atas.
Tatas.
Ta-tas.
Ta-ta for now.